India's Olympic preparations for Tokyo Olympics says sports is at the heart of country's national character. Supreme Court asks Centre to furnish detailed data on purchase history of COVID vaccines. Validity period of teachers' eligibility test certificate extended to lifetime with retrospective effect from 2011. Clinical trial of Covaxin on children begins at AIIMS, Patna. Arunachal Pradesh gets UNICEF's oxygen plant supports for its COVID care medical facilities. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Notice News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Monjui. Now the stories in details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi reviewed India's Olympic preparations on the occasion of 50 days to Tokyo Olympics. A presentation was made by officials on various aspects of operational readiness for the upcoming Tokyo Olympics. During the course of the review, PM Modi was apprised about the various steps taken towards ensuring uninterrupted training the athletes amidst the pandemic, participation in international competitions to make Olympic quota, vaccination of athletes and customized support been provided to them. Officials reported about the vaccination status of the support staff. Prime Minister directed that every qualified probable athlete, support staff and officials travelling to the Tokyo Olympics must be vaccinated as soon as possible. The Supreme Court has asked the Centre to furnish detailed data on the purchase history till date of all COVID vaccines, including Covaxin, Covishield and Sputnik V. It also asked the Centre to place on record all relevant documents and file notings reflecting its thinking culminating in the vaccination policy. A special bench of Justices D.Y. Chandrachud, L.N. Rao and S. Ravindra Bhatt said, while flying its affidavit, the Union of India shall also ensure that copies of all the relevant documents and file notings reflecting its thinking and culminating in the vaccination policy are also annexed on the vaccination policy. The bench has directed the Union of India to file its affidavit within 2 weeks. The bench said that this in its order on 31st May, which was uploaded on its website yesterday. The Centre has issued an advisory to all the states and union territories to launch a special drive to issue ration cards to the most vulnerable and economically weaker sections of population. The step has been taken in view of the difficulties faced by the poor people in obtaining a ration card due to the COVID-19 pandemic crisis in the country. The Department of Food and Public Distribution has urged the states and union territories to utilize the available coverage under the National Food Security Act NFSA limit. The operational responsibilities like identification of eligible persons and households under NFSA and issuance of ration cards to them rest with states and union territories. Niti Aayog Vice Chairperson Dr. Rajiv Kumar launched the report titled SDG India Index and Dashboard 2020-21 Partnerships in the Decade of Action. Speaking on the occasion, Dr. Rajiv Kumar said, our effort of monitoring SDGs through the SDG India Index and Dashboard continues to be widely noticed and applauded around the world. He said it remains a rare data-driven initiative to rank our states and union territories by computing a composite index on the SDGs. Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant said, with 1/3 of the journey towards achieving the 2030 agenda behind us, this edition of the index report focuses on the significance of partnerships as its theme. He said the report reflects on the partnerships we have built and strengthened during our SDG efforts. According to report, the country's overall SDG score has improved by 6 points from 60 in 2019 to 66 in 2020 to 21. Today is World Bicycle Day. A United Nations designated day, World Bicycle Day, is observed as cycling has tremendous health benefits for all age groups, according to experts. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has called upon everyone to make concerted efforts to promote cycling culture and reap its several health and environmental benefits. In a tweet on World Bicycle Day, Naidu said, "A bicycle is an affordable and sustainable means of transportation that helps one stay fit, reduces traffic congestion and cuts down pollution." Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar has urged people to use bicycle whenever possible. On World Bicycle Day today, Javadekar said, adopting bicycle as a means of daily transportation for work in nearby areas will improve physical health and also reduce pollution. The day draws attention to the benefits of using the bicycle, a simple, affordable, clean and environmentally fit, sustainable means of transportation. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has announced that the government has decided to extend the validity period of teachers' eligibility test qualifying certificate from 7 years to lifetime. This will be implemented retrospectively from the year 2011. The minister said the states and union territories will take necessary action to revalidate and issue fresh death certificates to those candidates whose period of 7 years has already elapsed. He termed this a positive step in increasing the employment opportunities for candidates aspiring to make a career in the teaching field. Teachers' eligibility test is one of the essential qualifications for a person to be eligible for appointment as a teacher in schools. The clinical trial of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin on children began at AIIMS Patna. All 15 kids who voluntarily turned out for the vaccine trial had gone through the screening process such as RT-PCR antibody test and general checkup prior to receiving their shots. 3 children were found fit for vaccine trials after screening. Children found with antibodies could not participate in the vaccine trial. Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, nodal in charge for COVID at AIIMS Patna, said the children who received their first shot are in the age group of 12 to 18 years. After being administered 0.5 ml dose of intramuscular injection, the children were monitored for 2 hours. The second dose will be given after 4 weeks. During this period, their health will be closely monitored. Over 22.10 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far on the nationwide vaccination drive. More than 22 lakh doses were administered in the last 24 hours. Health Ministry said on a steady and continued downward trajectory, India's active caseload further declined to 17 lakh 13,413. Active cases decreased by 80,232 in last 24 hours. India reported 1.34 lakh daily new cases in last 24 hours. There is continued decrease in daily new cases reported in the country. 2.64 crore persons have recovered from COVID-19 across the country so far. In the last 24 hours, more than 2,11,000 patients recovered from COVID-19. Health Ministry said there are more daily recoveries than the daily new cases for 21 consecutive days. Following a steady growth, recovery rate increased to 92.79%. 2,887 deaths reported in 24 hours. Death toll due to coronavirus has reached 3,37,989. In terms of the COVID scenario in the Northeast, Arunachal Pradesh has reported a caseload of 3,817 active cases, even as cured cases logged 24,083. The tally for the dead is 118. Assam has a count of 51,061 active cases, followed by 3,64,191 released cases. The dead accounted for 3,477. Reporting 9,035 active cases, Manipur has topped 42,404 released cases, even as the death tallied 839. Meghalaya has notched up 6,403 active cases, followed by 29,578 discharged cases, even as the death toll is 616. Mizoram has a caseload of 3,320 active cases, even as cured cases logged 9,494. The death account for 45. Logging 4,832 active cases, Nagaland has a count of 16,841 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 399. While Sikkim has logged 4,103 active cases, released cases have topped 11,513. The death toll is 260. Tripura has 6,458 active cases, even as the cured cases accounted for 46,230. The tally for the dead is 534. In a big boost to Arunachal Pradesh fight against COVID-19 pandemic, the UNICEF has sent oxygen plants to the state for its efforts to contain COVID-19 pandemic. Chief Minister Pema Khandu in a tweet appreciated the support of the UNICEF. The crucial machineries will be installed at the COVID care medical facility at Bordomsa, Namsai, Chongkham, Raksin and Daporijo in the state. Last month, the Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry has approved the setting up of 2 pressure swing absorption PSA oxygen plants in the state. The plants would be set up by DRDO at TRIHMS at Naharlagun and Tenga in West Kameng district. With central government support, the Pema Khandu government in Arunachal Pradesh has intensified measures to curb the spread of the second wave of coronavirus infections. Health Minister A.L. Haq has informed that Meghalaya would receive substantial vaccine doses by June 15. Admitting that there is shortage of vaccination in the state for both 18+ category and 45+ category, Haq hoped that the problem would ease once the state receives its quota of vaccine. Speaking to reporters here yesterday, the Health Minister said that he took up the matter with the national leaders of BJP, including Union Health Minister Harshvardhan, during a virtual meeting. The Union Health Minister is sure to send vaccines as early as possible.
Shortage is there. But recently, last Sunday, we had the virtual meeting in BJP. I've spoken this to the national leader also. I told this also to the national leader. We are shortage of the vaccine. Not only from 18 to 44, even 45 above also. So,
the Mizoram Board of School Education has declared HSLC exam result 2021 today. Among the 18,012 candidates who appeared for the board exam, 14,847 has successfully cleared the exam. The pass percentage this year is 82.43%, which is 14.1% more than last year's pass percentage. Lalun Mauvia, a student of St. Joseph High Secondary School, has secured top rank. 13 students are figured in the HSLC 2021 merit list. Keeping in mind the current pandemic situation, the Mizoram board has published the result online on its official website. After Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the decision to cancel the CBSE Class 12 Board Exams 2021 in view of the COVID-19 pandemic, students, teachers and parents across the country welcomed the decision with open arms. Students across the country were pushing for the postponement of the offline CBSE Class 12 Board Exams after it was decided to conduct the exams on May 23. Much to their relief, the central government has finally cancelled the CBSE Class 12 board exams.
We have not attended our schools for the last 2 years due to the corona pandemic. We had been to our schools just for practical exam. We all prepared for the final exams. If the exams would have happened, it was good. But the exam is cancelled. It is also okay. I do believe in the decision-making authority regarding the cancellation of the CBSE board exams because our health is our main priority.
The decision day before yesterday, which was taken by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the CBSE to cancel the CBSE board exams for class 12 is wholeheartedly welcomed by me, because this was the only option which the government should have taken.
I feel like we as a country have battled a lot in the past year. Our country literally turned into a crematorium ground. I'm very grateful to our Prime Minister for finally giving us a clarification on whether the board exams would happen or not.
According to me, the government has taken the decision is correct of the board cancellation examination, because in each and every family in the country, health is the first priority of each and every parents and guardians and students. There are a lot of students who have lost their parents, guardians, and it's impossible for those people who have actually gone from.
To end the news, the main points once again. PM Modi reviews India's Olympic preparations for Tokyo Olympics, says sports is at the heart of country's national character. Supreme Court asks Centre to furnish detailed data on purchase history of COVID vaccines. Validity period of teachers' eligibility test certificate extended to lifetime with retrospective effect from 2011. Clinical trial of Covaxin on children begin at AIIMS, Patna. And Arunachal Pradesh gets UNICEF's oxygen plant supports for its COVID care medical facilities. Before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, regularly sanitize hands and frequently wash hands. Remember to wear a mask properly and join the Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. Mask Up India. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.